So one of my rules is I don't do coffee or drink dates. Now, I understand that some women like this or prefer this because it's a quick turnaround, 30 to 45 minutes. If you don't like him, you can get out of there. It works for some people. If you like it, I love it. This video is not for you. Keep scrolling. However, for me, as for me and my household, we're going to have higher standards. I'm talking to this guy, and I'm going to read it to you because we've been talking for a couple days, and he started talking about meeting up. So he said, we should get together over some pear and lychee cocktails soon. And I said, that's really sweet, but I prefer dinner. I like to get dressed up. Now, I always try to say it nicely because I don't want to be like, I don't accept drink dates. Like, you don't have to be mean. You don't have to be, you can be nice about it, but I let's just say I prefer dinner because I like to get dressed up. And he said, I see. What type of places do you have in mind? So I sent him a list of places that I've been like wanting to try, all sorts of different budgets, okay? It ranges from like medium to a little bit higher, all different locations around the city, so he can choose like what works for him, you know, timing and budget wise. So I sent the list of places. He says, these places sound really nice. I think it'll be fun to get to know each other over some nicer dining options. Here it comes though. But I wanted to let you know up front that if we were to meet at one of those places, I'm comfortable splitting the check. I usually will do drinks or something on the simpler end for the first meetup to see if there's a connection first. So my thing is, I don't like the coffee or drink date because they're trying to audition you to see if you are worth an actual dinner. This is the thing for me. Like, I know men. The number one thing men are judging you off of is your looks, right? When they see you, they meet you, they're gonna be like, okay, how beautiful is she? Is she put together? Do I find her attractive, right? That's the number one thing. Your personality may come second, sure, but the first thing is how you look, right? So with that in mind, my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer costs $32, okay? Why would I put on a full face of expensive makeup, do my hair, make sure my nails are done, make sure there's no hair on my body, and then come and spend 2 hours of my time talking to you for an $8 coffee or a $16 cocktail? Be oh so for real. Let's take it even deeper. When women go out with a man that they do not know, they take a huge risk. Men are crazy, okay? Do you watch the news? Like 1 in 5 men are violent. He could unalive you, he could RAPE you, he could stalk you, he could harass you if he feels like it. Like, it is very dangerous, extremely dangerous. When you go out with a man, you have to share your location with your mom and your friend. You have to send a screen recording of his Hinge profile and the conversation that you guys had so that if you go missing, they have context. You have to text your friend every half an hour while you're with him to let her know that you haven't been beheaded. You have to take an Uber so that he doesn't know what kind of car you have, just in case he's crazy. And then when you get home, you have to text somebody to tell them that you made it home alive. Men aren't doing that. They don't have to worry when they meet a woman that they do not know that their lives will be in danger. Quite the contrary. Men benefit from just being seen with you in public, okay? If you are beautiful, poised, well-dressed, it reflects well on him. People look at him and you and they think, oh wow, he must be the man. Ooh, he probably has money. You know what? He's probably a good guy if he can pull her. And this is especially so if you are more attractive than him. If he's fugly or he's overweight or he's short, they're like, oh yeah, he must have money in order to be able to pull a baddie like that. So my thing is like, what's in it for women? We've already spent more money than you by just putting our makeup on. We're in danger. Like, what's in it for us? So then all of that, plus this man is a pharmacist, okay? You mean to tell me you make upwards of $150,000 per year, but you can't take me to $120 to maybe $200 dinner? 2 drinks, an appetizer, 2 entrees, and a dessert? Like, and that kind of thing, look, men are supposed to be on their like best behavior when they're doing a first interaction with a woman. Like, that is when they are at their absolute best. So if he's being cheap now for a first interaction, he's gonna be cheap on your birthday, he's gonna be cheap on Christmas, like that kind of thing. that only gets worse. It never gets better. That is the type of man that's going to want you to work full time, pay half the rent when you guys move in together, do the majority of the housework because he doesn't want to hire a housekeeper, raise the kids, plan most of the things, and then after you do your 16-hour shift of labor, he's going to want you to be happy and sexy for him for his pleasure that night. Like, that's the kind of life you're looking at. So you know what? Good for this man for asserting his boundary. He did it very nicely, and it showed me what his attitude or approach is when it comes to dating new women, and ultimately it gave me the opportunities to choose. And I have my boundaries too, so I chose to not accept it. And so I didn't respond or anything. I didn't bargain with him or try to justify anything. I just quietly unmatched him because I wasn't gonna let him play in my face. But obviously if you're on TikTok, this is not irregular discourse. This is very popular. The Red Pill podcast men are always talking about all of these things. So it's not uncommon. Men are trying to get away with this these days. They're trying to see what they can do. They're trying to get at you for less than $20. Okay, so the pharmacist tried to give me a coffee date on a Friday. Saturday, a surgeon took me to a beautiful dinner with a view. The next day after that, this other man took me to this food event where the tickets were $250 because he wanted us to have VIP. So don't feel scarce about it, because there are plenty of men, there are a plethora of men that would be more than happy to show you a good time. So never settle. Date until you find the best man for the job, and you got this. That's my TED Talk for the day. You didn't ask, but I felt like you would listen. Send this to one of your friends who needs to raise their standards, and tell me what you feel in the comments.
I'm totally convinced that people are not looking for real love anymore. Everything is transactional to the point everyone is selling themselves for something. Prostitution is the oldest business, and it continues to flourish and thrive in 2024. I hate how she deems something as simple as a coffee date to be a low standard date. Some people just don't have the time or the money to waste to go through a whole dinner date with someone who they can tell in 5 to 10 minutes that they don't like. Now, nobody told her to go and put on $32 NARS cream. You chose to do that. No one told you how much to spend on an outfit, how much to spend on your hair. You chose that. It's crazy because I remember a lot of women saying they don't get their hair done, their nails done, their makeup done, and they don't dress the way they dress because of men. They do it for them. So you can't count how much you spend to prepare for a date as the reason I should spend more on a date. Who even made that rule? How does a dinner date that takes place in the evening or at night is more safer than a coffee date that you can take any time of day? And I really hate when people make these videos and claim that all men are a certain way. Those same guys that will take you out on a $200 to $500 dinner date can pose the same risk. When she gave a list of places that he could take her to, I would have blocked her right then. She's already showing me that she's difficult. If you keep coming across men who you deem not worth their time because they don't fit your mold of what a man should be, then maybe you're not worth their time, because if you were, they would be changing to fit that mold. But here's a secret. When people go on dates, they both are auditioning in some kind of way. You're so focused on the cost of the date that you end up wasting your time on someone that you're not even compatible with. See, what women like this aren't saying in these videos is that they're looking for men in a certain financial bracket. Not your everyday average Joe blue collar guy that will actually treat a woman right. The way she just named a three-peat of dates in which she claimed they all spent the bag sounds like she uses men for a certain lifestyle. A woman can go on a date every day of the week and never have to worry about buying groceries. That's crazy. I've never been on a date where I paid over $100, ever. And there was always a second date and a third date. Never had a woman complain about a place I've taken her to. I've even had women take me out and pay, and I let them, because men deserve to be treated as well. See, when a person likes you for you, they don't care where they go, as long as they get to be around you. Women like this don't find love and compatibility. They find illusions for their delusion. Simple as that. Always have your standards. Always have your boundaries. That goes for both. That's all I got for this video. It's your boy Sean from Envy. If you guys like this video, you guys know what to do. Like this video. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Help me out reach my goal of 500. And if that's all, you guys stay safe. You guys stay cool. Love yourself. Love each other. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.